Welcome to Powur 4.0. Super excited that you're here. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is a slide deck that was made available based on Solar Saturday. So if you would like to review any of the slides, it's in our Powur portal in Knowledge Base. There's a lot that we covered on the call. It was hours long. We don't have time to do an entire recap of Saturday, but I will tell you that this right here is what we're mostly concerned about is this 4.0. The Vanguard is a contest that they have coming up, but we're going to talk on this call about Powur 4.0. It's completely different than what we've experienced in the past. So what Powur decided to do is look at what are ways that people can use our platform to have a completely different opportunity with their solar business. So not just by selling solar, but also lead generation and different ways to make money. So they also wanted something to reach into the gig economy and be able to recruit those type of people as well. And then something that made it simple, something that could go viral, and something that had a high demand, which solar does. So this is the era of freemium. So instead of the $85 a month that we all have been paying, if we've been with Powur for any length of time, this is to be able to use Powur as your platform without it costing you anything. So the tier 1, 2, and 3, that is gone. So basically the platform that we have now is the first way is you can be a seller on Powur without having to pay $85 a month. It will be completely free. So you can join as a seller. And if you've got any type of solar experience, you actually don't even need to have a mentor. So in the past, when you came on board and you were like, I don't know how to sell, and we said, not a problem. Let's go ahead and I'll help you. And I'm your tier 3 mentor. That was great for new people, but then I might be recruiting somebody that's got great experience in solar and they don't want to split a deal, right? They are like, I know how to do this. And so they've removed that barrier. So you can recruit people now that do not have to pay the $85 a month. They can just come on board and start selling solar. You get an override on those people, even though they're not paying the $85. So that's number one. So now we have the people that are solar pros that are coming on board. The other thing that they've done is there was people that wanted to be lead providers, right? All they want to do is generate leads and then assign them to somebody to close. But there's people that want to use this kind of like maybe a canvasser that just wants to generate leads or not a big lead generator. So Powur has a new way that they're doing the platform where somebody can onboard as a setter and not have to pay $85 as well. So these people can come on board and just be an appointment scheduler. Now, what does that mean? They have a great opportunity to make a lot of money and even have something called fast pay. So I'll show you what that looks like. So a setter can be onboarded and, oh, let me go back over here. And be able to schedule appointments for people that are closers. So the setter can onboard, or the person that's selling solar can onboard, and it would be completely free. There's training that you can go through in knowledge base, but the onboarding process is a lot easier. It's a lot quicker. The focus is going to be people that are setting appointments and then people that are actually just selling solar. So the 4.0 is a way for us to get into the gig economy where people can become an appointment setter. Maybe they are post something on social media. Maybe they're talking to somebody, at the gas station, but however it is, there will be a way for them to earn money, even if it doesn't sell. And then they can create this as an actual business. So let's go ahead and get into that. So there's Solar Pros, which we talked about as somebody that is setting the or selling their own projects. There's the gig economy seekers that are going to be scheduling the appointments. And then what we know as tier 3 today, the term tier 3 is going to be gone, and they're called closers. So the Solar Pro, the appointment schedulers, and then the closer. So the Solar Pro and the gig economy, what do they have in common? They just want something that's easy and fast. So who can you bring into Powur? Now there's 41 million people that are opportunity seekers in the gig economy that can join Powur without having to pay for it. So all of these people that you talked to that maybe their objection to joining was they didn't want to pay that $85 a month, they don't have to anymore. You can recruit people and just give them the link, and now they can sell solar. There's also the appointment, which I'm really excited about, the people that are the setters. But basically, there's a clear path. It's easy model. There's technology upgrades, and there's right now the pre-launch. So right now there is no charge for somebody to join Powur. Like, what? Just want to rejoice right now in that. So there is no cost for them to join. They can have just a normal seller position. They'll enter a credit card, but it will not be charged. And then on March 14th, that's when the setter role goes live. And so there's no charge for people to remain active with Powur unless you want to be a closer. So that tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, in the past, it was kind of like you worked your way up. Now it's you could be a setter and a sales pro with no charge at all. The closer is the one that's going to be the $85, and that's basically so you can be able to accept leads from the setters. So I'll explain how that works. Fast Pay goes live. Fast Pay is absolutely amazing. There doesn't even have to be a sale for the Fast Pay. So I'll explain how that is. And then the set appointment feature is going to be going live on the 14th. So there's going to be the planned enhancements is the scheduling capabilities where you have your preferred, if you're an appointment setter, you have your preferred closers, and you can actually book appointments onto their calendar using Calendarly with this setup. And then eventually there's going to be some co-branding that can go with it. So here's how it would basically work is somebody can set an appointment, pick their person that they'd like to go on that appointment, and then go out there. So show me the money. Let me explain how this works. So setters get faster pay, more frequent pay. So it's every Friday. It's more predictable and consistent, right? And then the closers don't lose any money in their compensation. So how does this work? So if somebody wants to be an appointment setter, so you today, you might be, I'm really good at generating appointments. I have a way that I can do that. I want to take advantage of that. Then this is super exciting for you. So if the title over here is what your status would be called in this setting right here. So if you schedule 0 to 5 appointments, Fast Pay is paid per proposal presentation. So you would get $50 per appointment after it's been presented. So that next Friday, you're making $50 for every appointment that you did the week before. So when you schedule an appointment, let's say you schedule 10 appointments, you're going to be getting $50 per appointment that sits, right? Of that, if it sells, you're going to get 20% of the margin. So the way to kind of think of how it works now is if, let's say, you have an appointment and you pick me today, I'd be called a tier 3. So you pick me to help you close it. When we sell that job, let's say it's a 10 kilowatt and the commission's $10,000, right? Just for easy math. Powur's getting their 30 you and I are splitting 70%, which is 35% each, right? Under this new setter model, if you were an appointment setter, you would be setting the appointment. I would close it, or whoever, Dana, Bo, somebody, well, not you if you're the setter, but somebody would be closing that appointment for you. You would be getting paid whether it's sold or not, that $50. And then at the sale, once it's installed, you're getting 20% of the margin. So if fast pay is really, instead of 35%, you're getting 20% because they're paying you for the appointments up front. So the average commission on this would be about $2,000 after the install, but you've already made, $50 each appointment at this level. If you're scheduling 6 to 9 appointments a month, that means you're making $60 an appointment and 22.5% of the sale. Then it goes to a gold, which is 10 to 19, and then a platinum is 20 appointments a month or more. So if you're really good at generating appointments, you literally could be making $100 an appointment, whether it sells or not, as long as you keep a 10% close rate. So what does that mean? That means if you schedule 10 appointments, you need 1 out of 10 to sell. And again, the appointment isn't just like, oh, I scheduled an appointment for Friday. Oh, they didn't show up. That's too bad. This has to be a sit. So they have to be a qualified appointment that actually sits through the presentation. So you might be wondering if you are looking at being a closer, well, does that money come out of my pocket? No. So what'll happen is when this is paid to the setter, it's actually coming out of Powur. Powur is floating the cost of these leads for us, which is huge. Can you even imagine that? So instead of me spending money on ads and doing any type of social media advertising or whatever it is, I can literally get appointments from people that are scheduling, and it's not costing me anything. Yes, we are splitting the deal just like we did in the past, but these people are getting prepaid as setters, and it's not coming out of my pocket to do that. This is right here. Fast pay is an optional way to go live. So the bonus detail, you can opt out if you want, if you don't want the fast pay. So these are kind of like the rules of it. Yeah. So there is no eligibility for a setter for the first 10 sits. So there's no way to have a close rate determined yet because it just started. So for the first 10, anybody that's scheduling the appointments that it sits for, they're going to be able to get that $50 or whatever level they're at on their appointment scheduling. It resets every single month. So you're not locked into a certain pay structure. 11 and forward, you have to have a 10% close rate. So you're not going to get paid on appointments that are not selling, right? So
I think he is. Is this a for lunch or something? Okay,
Terri, if you want to make me co-host, I could mute and just kind of watch the chat for you.
All right.
You copy?
Do that. There you go. Thank you.
There's a gentleman in the back that's bringing your lunch.
Thank you, Anthony. So the leads must meet a certain criteria, which is a homeowner and things like that. And then for the closer, in order to get these leads that are going to be coming in, a closer is the ones that are paying the $85 a month. This is the qualifications that you need to maintain to be able to get those free leads from the people that are generating them. So what is a sit for the people that are going to be generating the appointments? A sit is somebody that is a qualified home. The appointment was set by a setter. The appointment was held by a closer and the decision maker, and the proposal was presented. That's all that you need to be able to get paid for it. And then, do they own their home, roof space? Are the decision makers at the appointment? Do they have the utility bill of at least $50? And, give us some good notes. So you want to set us up for success because we want to sell it for sure. And then this is the entry process. So you're going to enter the lead. qualify it, tag the closer, and schedule the appointment. And then the closers will generate the proposal, close the deal, and present the proposal. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I want to sell on the Powur platform, but I don't want to pay that $85 to join, right? I don't want to pay $85 a month. You could go out there. You might find somebody that wants to be a setter. Maybe you run into somebody that is, somebody that wants to join Powur as well, and you're not looking to recruit, but oh my gosh, they fell into your lap. You can still take advantage of all of the benefits of team building. So you can still benefit from team overrides. You certainly can use this as a way to get extra income. However, you cannot be a closer without paying that $85. So you're not going to be able to take advantage of those leads that they're generating, but you would be able to get a revenue share off of their sales. So how are we financing the fast pay? How is Powur doing that? So the normal split is of that $10,000 that we were using as an example, 70% goes to the seller, and then the Powur 30% looks like this. When we're looking at today's model with the closer, there's no appointment setter. So if, let's say Dana set an appointment and said, Terri, I want you to be a mentor, which would not happen, by the way, Dana. Dana is a high closer. So he would not ask me for my help. But if for some reason he did, and we're going to split this thing.
You never know, Terri. I might ask you for help.
Yeah, let's pretend we did an event together. We generated the lead together, and now we're gonna split that. So basically, it would be $3,500 each, and then Powur's going to get their 30%. So how this works today, well, coming up on March 14th, will be that the setter and the closer is going to be a little bit different. So the setter is going to make 25% as an average. The closer is going to make 3,500, just like up here when you're splitting it. But that 25%, that's not 35%. That's because Powur is getting 10% back, because that is how they're funding the leads. So in reality, if you look at it, an average sit is going to cost Powur about $75 all of the appointments, right? If there's a close rate of 10% and a low cancellation rate, let's just figure 60%, Powur's cost is going to be $1,250 for each install. So Powur's losing $250 on this model, but they're going to be floating that fast pay, getting those setters appointments paid for 100%. So this is not a thing where Powur's trying to do this because they're going to make all this extra money from these appointments and this revenue share. On the average, it looks like they're going to be losing about $250. However, it should increase our sales company-wide. So a couple more details. This is, qualifications right here. No change on team building qualifications. So it is to your advantage to recruit people, to be a setter, and to actually sell solar, even though you're not paying the $85. So you can still get that revenue share. This could be a permanent way for people to earn money. They may be, doing some door-to-door in a different industry. They don't want to mess with solar, but they definitely want to make $50 for every scheduled appointment. So instead of it being a stepping stone, it actually could be a very, very lucrative way for a setter to use their connections and to actually build a business setting a lot of volume in appointments. So again, instead of the tier 1, 2, and 3, now we've got our setters, we've got our solar pros, and we've got our closers. A setter is very important. They're going to be the first face of the people in Powur to meet with the customer. So this is basically just information about the setters and closers. They're looking at it as an equality where the setter is equal with the people that are the closers. So everybody wins on this new model. I think this is Same thing I've covered before, setter and closer. That's it. We are building a new toolkit, lots of training that's going into it. It's a lot easier. So there's going to be basically just onboarding, which is for setters about 15 minutes to complete. It's going to be very, very fast. They'll need to do this when before they start scheduling the appointments. The new Sales Pro certification is about 2 hours to complete. It's going to be a lot faster. They're going to understand the cost of goods model and how to sell solar. This is a new platform. There's also new kind of like a dashboard where they can go through and get these like, hey, notifications to help lead them along the way. And there's going to be some new marketing assets that we're going to have. And that's everything. I'm so excited. I hope you're sharing that enthusiasm. Does anybody have any questions or anything that I can try and answer? Because again, this is new. And so there's going to be some things that I might not know the answer to, but does anybody have any questions?
I don't necessarily have a question right now, Terri, but I do have a comment that you did amazing, amazing, amazing with explaining this. You and I have been in some of those trainings together, and I'm still trying to formulate this, but you did an amazing job, and you made this seem very simple and understandable. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Terri, I got a quick question here for you. So just for clarification, so when if you come in as a setter, you pay the $85 a month and you get the leads from Powur, correct?
So if you come in as a setter, it's free. This is basically just where you can work with Powur and sell solar completely free. If you come on as a setter, totally free. So Sanjeev, if you want to just get appointments where you're marketing and you're getting some set appointments, you can put that through the system and it does not cost you $85 to do that. If you want to be selling solar without paying the $85, you certainly could do that. And then you can say, hey, Terri, I want you to help me close this deal. You don't have to pay the $85, but me as a closer to get it assigned to me, I have to pay the $85. So I haven't stopped paying that. I'm gonna, at this point, probably forever be paying the $85. But I can take that lead from you and I can close it. And then we're doing that split there if you're coming on as a setter.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do some strategy later on.
Yay.
All right.
So just kind of for those that have already been in Powur, pretty much tier 1 and tier 2 is pretty much free. If you wanted to just assign it to a closer or do your own self gens, you're not paying a dime. You wanted to have the benefits of a mentor or of becoming a mentor / closer, that's where you do have to access the $85 a month to kind of have access to all the reps and the appointments and all that stuff. That's kind of what I'm getting, Terri, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah. And the exciting thing about this is I've done recruiting where I've talked to a sales rep and they're like, oh, I'm giving up 30% of the sale and I'm paying $85 a month. And I've told them, hey, give me a customer that you've already sold that is installed, right? Because they don't know me. They don't know that I'm not going to snake their deals. So I tell them, just give me a customer that you've already sold, that's already installed, and the system size and the financing, and I will create the same thing in Powur. And usually the rep is making, the last one I did, the rep would have made $1,500 more with Powur, even taking out that 30% that Powur is getting. The rep would have made about $1,500 more, and the customer would have paid less a month on it because of the great financing that Powur has. So now that rep, instead of going, okay, I'll give it a try and having to pay $85 a month to join and give it a shot, they can do it totally for free.
Awesome. And question, if no one else has questions, so the overrides with the recruiting aspect. So that 15% seemed like it was still there. So if you kind of wanted to be within that tier 1, tier 2, not paying $85 a month, do you still have access to that override for recruiting?
Yes. Is that
profit
crazy
sharing?
or what?
I guess that's awesome. Yeah. No.
Question.
Extra record.
Yes.
Sorry. Go.
Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I was part of the Power platform at one point in time and got out of it. So if I want to like rejoin or get back involved, how does that work?
So who was the person that recruited you?
Anthony.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
used
it's either underneath me or Bo.
Or Bo, yeah, Anthony or Bo, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
so
How does it work? I don't know.
yeah, so I would say talk to Anthony and find out, or talk to Bo, find out. So some of the people that are on the call, your mentor is still in Power, so you'll want to just sign up under who you had before. Some of the people, you're welcome to sign up under me if your person isn't here. But I would say if your person isn't here, check with Bo. Dana is still here. So if you originally signed up with Dana, you want to go back to Dana. Okay, is there any more questions? So,
Yeah, what if you don't want to go back to Dana?
hi, Tim.
Dana.
That's all I had to say.
I know you're joking.
He's heard that before, Tim. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. I go back to Dana and I recruited Dana.
I have a question.
Yes.
I restarted my account just a couple of days ago when I started training. Is it possible for me to restart that all over again so I can get back to where things are going now, so I don't have to worry about being actually locked in, so I can still do the training and get everything up to speed that way, because I got kind of lost. I got too early, and I started training like last night. so
Well, good
so
job. Yeah, Jamel. So you're back. Good job. That's
yeah.
exciting. So, what exactly is your question?
I was wondering if everything's gonna change, still be the same right after I get through my training, like the recruiting aspect, like you had with the ambassadors, like you were talking about with the appointment setting and closing stuff. Right after I get through the training, would that still be the same way on my profile still too?
Um, I believe so. So this is rolling out on the 14th. And the only changes that we know of are the setter role and the Solar Pro and the closer. So it should pretty much be the same, and getting ambassadors if you want to do that. So everything should be roughly the same. There's some things that they're going to add, which will only get better, things that are a la carte. So maybe if you want like some proposal with your company name on it, something like that. There are certain things that are going to be coming in the future that are just going to be enhancements that you can do a la carte. But at this point, there's no major changes like to the referral program or anything like that that I know of.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now,
I think you're muted. I don't know if you were done or not.
yeah, I'm done now. Thank
Okay.
you. Being muted, so
You were talking and muted. I'm sorry about that.
it's cool.
One more question. So if you took training initially, if you rejoin, you need to take training again. How's it work?
I believe so, but it looks like it's a lot faster. It looks like it's more certifications are gone, and so it should be a lot faster process. If it's been a while, it would be good to do that training, because our proposals have gotten a lot faster. So, oh my gosh, there's so many improvements that have happened. So proposals are faster. It's super quick. It's a tool now called Vision, and it just goes really fast. So there's a lot of exciting things. There's been some changes with change orders. So before, if something happened on a project, it could be, it's a whole thing that we probably don't want to do on this call, but they have made some great changes on the partner side for making sure that our things are a lot more streamlined. It is nice. It is so nice. That's why I said I think I'll be paying this 85 forever, because lots of really wonderful things have happened to make this so efficient, so easy, so nice. I absolutely love it. So does everybody have my phone number? If you have any questions, you're welcome to text me. I don't know if the phone number was in the thing, but I'll just put my phone number here. I think you also have Bo's number or Dana's number, or Anthony's number. So feel free to reach out. I know Dana's been in the same things that I've been in. We met with one of the corporate people, actually went out to coffee with them and kind of got all of our questions answered. And I've been texting them today, getting some extra clarification just in case it was something that, you guys asked me. I was trying to answer all of these questions in my mind and prepare for this. So, but Dana's been in the exact same stuff that I've been in. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help.
Terri,
Yes.
let me quickly ask you, for Powur 4.0, is it explained anywhere else as well, like on the website? I'm just on the website here, and I still looks like it's not, all this info is not up there yet, eh?
It's actually rolling out. The official launch is March 14th.
Okay.
If you have left Powur and you're looking at coming back,
Yeah.
enroll. And then when you do enroll, it's going to ask you for the credit card number, but it's not going to charge you. So
That's fine. Yeah.
right now. The setter roll does not come live until the 14th. We have a sneak preview on it right now, and that you can I've already been trying to find people that are interested in lead generation. So I'm being proactive on getting it going. But the information about the 4.0 will be in knowledge base, and you can put in Powur 4.0 and it'll give you everything. You'll have access to this presentation deck. We are so excited about Powur 4.0. I'm glad you could join us. If you are interested in working with us, feel free to click the link below. And I'm Terri Loftus. I'm wishing you the very best.